Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. What a glorious day it is out there. Kind of jealous of all of you who have had the opportunity to get outside, but there's always this evening. So thank you for joining us. I see people joining in already. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Jan. Making sure we can see all these wonderful comments. Janet, hello, everyone. We are in for a treat this evening. I think spring might finally be here. I even pulled out the springy, summery dress today because I just could not bear to put on winter clothes again. So, haven't been outside yet. You guys can chime in the comments. Tell us if you've been outside, if you've gone for a walk, if you're planning to be outside. And you know what? Sunshine like this, I know it does put a little bit of a damper on your crafting time because you want to be outside. Mm-hmm. But we're here to change your mind because even though it's nice outside, there's still the evenings, there's still early mornings, so there is still time to craft. And we've got some beautiful colors. Yes. We've got a special kit. We've got all kinds of good things. While we're letting everybody still join in, I am going to do one announcement, and then we'll get this out of the way. I got to find where I put it here. Mm-hmm. Right here. So we opened registration for another beautiful class with Deanna from Clipper Street. Registration opened on Monday. It's only Wednesday, and we have already sold through what we would typically get from Deanna. Now, fortunately, I was able to message her last night. She is able to get some extra supplies. So we do have kits available. Don't worry. We will still get you kits. You can still register for this wonderful class. But it is going fast. And once we sell through this final allotment of kits, and like I said, they're going fast, then we're done. She's cutting us off. We have hit our cap. So it is using the From the Garden collection from 49 and Market. If you recall, the designer for that is Michelle Coleman, formerly of Photoplay, and she did a lot of those beautiful junk, everyday junk, travel junk, all of those Christmas, junk collections were Michelle. And you can see just from the samples here, the little sneaky peekies that they, it's lots of springtime gorgeousness, some beautiful colors, lots of florals. In the kit, you do get 2 packs of laser cuts, but Deanna said that she uses at least half of each one. So yes, you'll have some left over, but you're not going to have them all left over. These cards are going to have tons of gorgeous layers. Now, if you are looking to add on extras for this, again, we have sold through a lot of what we already had in stock, but we are getting more. They are sitting in the cart just waiting to process, and we will get those in for you. So as always, email us and let us know if you would like to be added to that wait list. So here we are. Welcome to What's New on Wednesday. We are going to show you some good stuff. So I'm going to flip over to our overhead camera. And Darlene, maybe you want to start with your special kit there. Get the kit first.
Yeah, so today Elizabeth Crafts launched, Annette Green from Elizabeth Craft launched her exclusive kit. And in this kit, you get so much goodies. I'm just going to try to pull it out of the Ziploc here. So this is called the Joy of Spring Special. So this is an exclusive kit made by Annette Green. It is part of her Everyday Memories. So we have this stunning spring splendor, lots and lots of paper. The one thing that you'll notice in this collection pack is that you will find a few sheets that have these 6x6 grids. And I will come back to why she's done that if you didn't watch her video yet. So lots and lots of pretty paper. Let me see if I can. I was going to show mine, but mine was already cut up because I did a sample album just to showcase this pretty line. 1 second. I don't want to rip, but let's take a nice look at how pretty the paper is. So Never throw out your the cover sheet because there's lots of fussy cutting pieces. We have some full sheets of florals. This one has all the garden and nature words. Some more florals in different colors. And here is where you're going to see some of those 6x6 quads in here. Each quad has a different pattern. This is a full sheet with bikes. This one is the veggie. There is one with fruits later on, but here. So different color palette, which I really like. It makes your pages awesome. Look at how bright and beautiful these colors. So who likes to work in a traveler's journal or a smaller memory keeping album?
This girl right here.
This one is also the borders. These are borders for you to cut out. There's some little postcards. You can always fussy cut if you wanted some more elements. I saw Annette use these as postage stamps, so she just cut them up. Or if you have a really small postage die, you can probably put those through as well. Here are some of those little information about your flowers. You can cut them out or use them as one page. So you get a nice balance of a full 12 by 12 sheet of pattern paper, or you have ones that you can cut into quads and have all those different textures and patterns. Love that texture. That very, very nice. So let's do a quick view. So you have some greens, yellows, some pinks and purples. All the spring colors, right? But look at that. And then you have this really nice solid texture cardstock that doesn't have a pattern. So that is the 12 by 12 pad called Spring Splendor. So that's part of the kit. Also in the kit, you have a die set as well as a stamp set. So this is really nice. I won't open that up, but I will show you mine so I can go a little bit more into detail. So this is a stamp set called Springtime Joy. You have some nice spring verses like Springtime Joy, Blossom, Bloom, Play, Beauty, April Showers brings Mayflowers. You have this really nice bird here with the postage stamp. So I will talk more about how this will coordinate with the die set. Here's a little honey tag, some nice textures, flowers, the little cute girl. So in this set, it is a die set, so don't throw out your packaging. You have the little girl, the die is at the back as well as the floral. So this floral here, this bouquet is right at this corner. So make sure you don't throw out your packaging because there behind is your two dies. You also get this really cool die set. In this die set has lots and lots of pieces. There is some inspiration on the back side, and I know they've a lot of her designers have also posted in the Elizabeth Craft family group. And here is where you'll get your base page. These two over here will cut some borders. So if you don't want the straight edge, you can line these up and cut a postage border or a scallop border. She has these really nice texture strips that you can add. You have scallop frames as well as a postage frame. So this little bird fits right into this postage over here. There's tabs, there's some umbrellas. Hard to see because it's broken up, but here is a little bike piece here. So that is your main bike, the wheels, the top of the wheel. There's a basket for the front. There's one for the back. You have some rain boots. So there's lots and lots of goodies in this set. Lots of little pieces, so be very careful. Over here is a 2-layer leaf, and here and up here is your flower. So this is where your middle of your flower will attach, and you get this really cool dimensional flower here. So lots and lots of goodies here. But the one neat thing, of course, our neighbors.
That is construction next door. That is not Matt. I promise you.
Is that she came out with a new album. So it is there you go. It's a smaller album. The die itself, so that base die here is a full 6x6 die. So you do need a die cut machine that is 6 inches wide for this to feed through. But the actual page that cuts out is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So it's a really cute traveler's notebook, nice album size. Especially if you are finding the big format a little bit too intimidating, this is really nice. So just to show you some of the pages, not completely done, but I did a little bit of crafting using the die set and the stamps that you could tell my girl still needs to be stamped. One thing I've tried, because I know some of you will probably ask or wonder, is that This is a 2-ring binder, so it is 2 holes. The big Everyday Memory album is a 6-ring, and I tried matching it up, and unfortunately it doesn't match it up. In order to use this page inside the bigger album, you will have to either cover it up, or if you don't mind having so many holes, you have to repunch. So that was the first thing I tried. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in the holes of the big album. But here is just some quick look of what you can do. You know, I love my flips and flaps, so there's always some tuck spots hidden somewhere in here. That is where I was talking about that edge die. So if you don't like the straight edge, you can use the scallop and cut it. There is also the postage edge. But look at the boots. I like the 2-layer detail. Same as the umbrella, there is 3 layers. I just kept my handle the same, but there is a separate die for that. The leaf, my tuck spot. So here's that paper I just cut down. That honey little tag also has the matching die in the die set. But look at the details of this bike. Very cute. There is other components, like I didn't add the basket in the front. So there is other things that you can make it more, you know, detailed.
And that's a nice size that would fit on a card as well.
Yes, very nice.
Or even a tag.
Yes. The size is really nice, and I love that look there. Here is, you know, my more flip-flap, more tuck spots, hidden tuck spots in there. But loving the size. It is small and dainty, but it's great for, like, you know, like a week, if you're doing a week in a life, or, you know, a small trip, or just, you know, documenting your summer. So that is the new line from Annette Green.
It's a special kit. So
yes,
it does
special
come
kit.
Complete as a kit. The paper can also be purchased separately. So if you want more than one paper, you can get that.
So I tuned into Annette Green. She is going to post a class, an online class, but it will be sometime in May. There is no dates, but once we find that out, we can for sure share that too.
Absolutely. All right, so there's your plastic
Thank
bag.
you.
All right, my turn. My turn with a big bucket. Oh, goodness. So let's start out with some colorful stuff. So we'll segue from Annette into some colorful stuff. If you recall, and for those of you who were waiting, we have to make sure, I know Ellen is on the...
She already got it.
She already got hers? Excellent. So we are back in stock on the VersaFine Claire Wisteria Purple, and looks like we've stocked up on some of the other colors as well. But what is also good to know is that the re-inkers are now in stock. I was not expecting these until the end of the summer. They must have come early and then shipped out our way. So we are happy to have those re-inkers for the VersaFine Claire, those new 6 colors that we introduced a few weeks ago. So that's one quick little reveal. Lots of color. Another quick little reveal in my little bucket of goodies is this pack here. So if you are like me, you have fallen in love with the Spellbinders Color Wheel cardstock. And they have all their packs in their single colors, but we also have some mixed packs. So there's the rainbow pack, there's the warm colors, the cool colors, and then at Christmas and Halloween, we had fall, Halloween, Christmas. Did we have a winter one as well? No, just the 3.
Yeah.
Well, this one is called Blooms. So this one is really designed, and I'm sorry for the reflection from the light there, but this is really designed to be for flowers. So you got lots of great floral colors. Tutu, which is pink, Dahlia, which is a darker pink, Bellini and Coral, which is a light and dark corally peach color, Beeswax and Saffron, which are yellows, Orchid and Mulberry, which are like kind of reddy purples. And then you've got the 2 great greens, Rainforest, which is by far one of my favorite colors in the Color Wheel family, and Fern. So you've got everything you need to make flowers in here. I should have pulled out the swatch booklet, but that's okay. You get the idea, and I'm sure Matt has pictures loaded up on the website to show you what those colors are. So if you're making lots of florals, this is a great pack to get. All right, Those were two quickies. Here we're going to dig in a little bit deeper. We have a brand new collection from Katie Petite and Arden Creative Studio. Raise your hand if you are going on a trip this summer, or maybe you have just come back from a winter trip. Well, being there might just be the travel collection you have been waiting for. It's got some really great items in here, some background papers, tickets, and tags. This is the 12 by 12 collection, and similar to it is the 6 by 8. So I should have just left mine out. We'll have to swap it. So I've already taken this one for myself. Surprise, surprise. But I want to show you, these are pads, so they do not come in single sheets. It's an all or nothing kind of exercise. But when you see what's in here, all will be perfectly okay with you. So there are 12 double-sided designs, 2 of each sheet. So there's 24 sheets in total. Let me just move those here so I can flip open. So some really gorgeous colors, and I will tell you that even just looking from the packaging to the actual papers, these are stunning. So nice newspaper, collage bits, maps. This one here where it looks like the forest, 2 of each sheet, some nice collage stuff. It's upside down, but you get the idea. And so on forth. These arrows you'll see in a number of different places. There's a great plaid. Maybe I should just do, I don't know, it's filling my whole screen, and we've got the tripod up as high as we can get. But florals, more maps. I am in love with this ticket page. And so on and so forth. So there's lots of great patterns here, either in the 12 by 12. So, this one I like too, with the cars and the little campers and the Jeep and everything else. But it's not just paper. There are these kiss cut element pages right in the pad. And by kiss cut, it means you can punch them out. There is no fussy cutting required. They are double-sided. I mean, in some of these cases, double-sided, I mean, it's symmetrical, so you don't really need it. But the nice thing about some of the double-sided ones is that you can flip the direction. Now, with the ones that are the words, the backside tends just to be solid. So if you just wanted a solid banner as opposed to the words on it, you can use that. These ones, yeah, you got a pattern background. I'm not really sure what you would do with that, but maybe it's just a shape or a mat. You've got the labels over here. And so these are all punch out and part of your pad. The same goes for here. Now, they're not exactly the same patterns. This one has envelopes and this one has some slightly different tags, but they, I believe, are kiss cut as well.
I guess I can't fussy cut for you.
You don't know. With this one, you don't have to fussy cut for me. So that is the 12 by 12. We'll just swap this for the one in my bin. But there is also a solids pack. This one you get 4 each of the different colors for a total of 24 sheets. There are laser cuts, and this is where the the double-sided and the reversible would make a difference. If you want the car going to the right, flip it over. If you want the car going to the left, same with the airplanes, the camera. That double-sided one, you'd be surprised at how much you want that versatility. At first, when I heard about this, I'm like, whatever, I'll just make do. But if you've got that versatility, it really does make a lot of difference. And again, tickets and postage stamps and sentiments, really gorgeous colors and things to go with it. What else is in here? There is a Been There ephemera pack. So this one again has little file folders, tags, more labels, some great sentiments, and some extra elements there. And epoxy stickers. So kind of like enamel dots, but not really. And they've got the sentiments and the shapes. And then we have our rub-on transfers as well. 2 sheets, two designs, 2 sheets of each. So you get 4 sheets in total. Really, really fun. But wait, there's more. Didn't get enough from those ephemera packs? Want a little bit extra? Well, there are not one, not two, but 4 stamp sets that coordinate with this collection. So there are 2 smaller ones. This one is called World Traveler. It is a single stamp, but has that map kind of motif on it, building in the little cars. Really lots of great elements that you can either just stamp as is, or this would, I think, would be fun to do some watercoloring just to give it some different look. This one here has some great little sentiments. So bon voyage, all aboard, postcards and memories, captured this day, all the feels, best excursion, so peculiar, some little stitching elements, some tickets and tags, and some little journaling spots as well. Now, when I say little, I mean little. Like that is probably a 1 by 1.5. But sometimes if you're just writing in the date or something like that, that's just a nice little element, or just use it as texture. So those are the 2, I would call those 4 by 6 sets. And then there are some 4 by 8 sets. So this one is called Seek More. And go, 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 go places, see places, do more, be more, see more, be curious. Life is an adventure. Take the detour, do more, be more, see more, being there. And then let's go somewhere far away, here, there, and everywhere. Seek adventure. Let's go everywhere. Go and see the world. Our favorite place, little postage stamp, home, and then some on a road trip. I was going to say that said Ontario, but no, it doesn't. It says on a road trip, and some great little elements for, and there's another bicycle. So bicycles might be a trendy thing. And then this one is called Charted Adventures. So this has a little map. It's got a little calendar, some little elements for tickets, a little measuring ruler, I guess you would say.
Great textures though.
Really great textures, edging your pages and that kind of thing. So there's four stamp sets that coordinate with this collection. And there is also a super versatile stencil set. So you've got these 4 little segments here. We've got half arrows, large arrows. I would call these more pointers, like those geocache type pointers, and then all your circles. You could 100% create a whole background using all of them, or you could then mask off and just use segments to really create some extra texture on your page. So that is the Bean There collection. There is one additional piece from Arden that I know several of you have been waiting for. You have been contacted if you were on our wait list, but this is the Vintage Makers Bookmakers Pack. And it literally is what it sounds like. It has a number of pages that look like ledgers, book pages. You can stitch them together. When Katie was showing this collection to retailers, she actually stitched a bunch of these together to make your own folio, to make your own collection, or you could just use them as elements on your page. So if you like those book page type things, this would be a lot of fun for that. So that is all the new stuff that we have brought in from Arden Creative and Katie Petite Designs. All right. How about I give you the restock on Concord?
Yeah.
So that is this little part. It's not in order though.
Okay. So we brought some of our restock in Concord because they left the building so quickly and we wanted to bring it back in. So just a little recap. We have Happy Herd stamp set. This is the stencil and stamp. And then we have the Happy Herd dies that you can use to pair it up or use it on its own.
So Matt is saying that this restock items are not quite online yet. If you are interested, you can always email us or give us 24 to 36 hours and we'll get them up online.
Okay. We have the circle thin. So if you know Christina Warner, you know she likes her little thin frames and shapes. So we brought back the circle, the A2 oval. That's really what you're cutting out, this little thin piece in different sizes. We also brought the more thin frames. So this is the A2 and A7. And you'll see why we brought these back in. Hint, hint to the new release. And the ever so popular, the big birthday set. We brought them back. So this is a stencil. Love birthdays. I'm going for anything birthday right now. So I love the stencil. Very nice and big. I love how there's different, that you could just do one full background, or you could do different colors and layers. And we will start with the sentiment. So the big day birthday stamp, lots of verses. Big day, big birthday, another year more fabulous. Let's celebrate. Wishing you joy. Cue the confetti. Enjoy your day. And with this set, there is a matching die set. So some of the words like happy, hugs. So these words get cut out nicely, as well as big day, birthday. And you have 2 strip dies to coordinate with all these sentiments for that. And then she also did something different. So she did 2 shadow dies. One shadow die is the birthday shadow die. So anything that you are pairing up with birthday will work. So it's your birthday, birthday hugs, happy birthday, birthday wishes. And this one here is anything that has big day. So it's your big day hugs, happy big day wishes. So just to give you a quick overview, I just want to make sure I have the right ones. Yeah, this one. Here is the main stamp set and the coordinating die. So you could do stamp on stamp, you could do stamp and die, or die and die, and then depends on how you want to overlap. Like happy's overlapping big day, but over here wishes is overlapping big day. And then you have the shadow dies. Oh, sorry, this was the coordinating one, where you can separate. They all look the same after. And these were the 2 shadow ones. So different versatility, different ways of stacking, but wanted to show that there's 4 different ways that you can do it.
And if you add these to your collection, I do recommend you make a little cheat sheet like Darlene has done, so that you remember all the different things that your stamp set can do.
Yeah. And that is the restock now.
So again, those are not online yet. However, they will be soon. We just had to dot a couple of I's and cross a couple of T's before we put them online. If you are looking for them and you can't find them, you know where to find us. All right, now for the new stuff from Concord. So let me first start with the color collection.
The mini ink cubes, did you want those?
No, I'm just going to show the cardstock. So every year, Concord and Ninth comes out with 6 new colors. Was it February?
Yep.
February they came out, they kind of reconfigured their core collection, which now has 50 colors, and that includes the 2024 collection as well as the 2025 collection. They kind of amalgamated all of that, made their neutrals pack, which we showed you and has been selling incredibly well. Many of you love those neutral colors in your stash. But now we are beyond happy to reveal the 2026 color palette. And let me tell you, if you need a dose of spring, this color palette is for you. Now, here's where it gets a little bit interesting, because you guys have already found this. I talked about this in my email on Sunday, and it has been flying out the door. Absolutely flying. So originally, we had this in a multi-pack. So you got 2 sheets of each color. We do still have the single packs of cardstock. We had mini cube sets. We have mini cubes. We had full-size ink pads, and we had re-inkers. But a lot of those was sold out. So I am just wetting your whistle with the individual colors. We do still have a few of the individual cubes left, but we have already placed our reorder. They have been so swamped themselves that they have already given us the heads up that it will not be shipping out till early next week at the earliest, maybe even mid of next week. We have asked them to put a rush on it when it ships. So at any time, if you absolutely need to be on the wait list for that, you know where to find us. And I haven't shown this card in a little while, but let me pull this out. Customer service at craftersworkshop.ca. That's what you are going to email if you want to be on the wait list for any of those items we no longer have. But let me just show you the colors, because they are delicious. talking about
Yep.
floral colors and spring colors. But you know what? I can see, pulling some of these colors for winter color schemes. It will definitely last you all year round. So let me start with Berry Kiss. This is a nice kind of raspberry pink, but it does have a slight coral undertone to it. So it's a really, really pretty pink color. We have Basil, which is, probably as close to PCW green as we have seen in any paper collection that's out there. We have Aster. This girl has been stocking up on this one. Aster is that pretty lilac-y purple. Capri is another stunning one. It's not quite as deep as Cosmic Sky with Spellbinders, but it is that true royal blue, has a little bit of purple cast to it, but so pretty. Think the waters. If you ever have seen a picture of that Greek landscape where you got the the white buildings and then that blue water, that is kind of what it looks like. Then you've got your Bluebell. Again, depending on what you compare it against. So here it looks blue, but here it can look purpley. So it's definitely one of those ones that straddles the color spectrum. And then we've got Surfside, which just makes me think of Caribbean waters, the ocean, all of those things that just make us so very happy. So these are the 6 colors for 2026 with Concord and Ninth. I can't say for certain whether these will live on after 2026 or not. However, it's only April, so you've got time, and we will continue to restock this for as long as we are able to. Beautiful, beautiful colors.
There's a question. What is the paper weight?
What is the paper weight? I believe 80 pound-ish is what we are told. It is not as heavy as the Spellbinders, the color wheel. Spellbinders is 100 pound. This one is, let's call it 80, maybe a little bit heavier than that. But it's really great for die cutting, and I have seen people use it for card bases as well. Especially if you are layering like cover plates and things on top of it, that will handle well for a card base too. All right, I'm going to now dig into the stamps and dies from the Concord side of the release, and then I will hand it over to Darlene for the Christina Werner portion of the release. Let me get right to the edge here. So, spring is in the air. Absolutely, this has everything that you could ever want for spring. And we're going to start with wheelbarrow wishes. I had rainbow in my head, so then I had trouble saying wheelbarrow. Let me flip this over. So you see that it is packed with all kinds of wonderful things, and this beautiful oval kind of foundational piece as well. When you flip it over, here is where your picture is. So we do have that darling little wheelbarrow. We've got some greenery here, whether it's the bunch or the individual piece, and then a whole bunch of different flowers, whether it's little groupings, whether they're on stems. This little guy, I'm so glad that they give you a whole bunch on here because they are tiny, and I would not want to be cutting that individually, but those are the centers for your flowers. Personally, I might use liquid pearls or gems and that kind of thing for the centers of the circle, but it's nice that you have that option there. To go along with the die, we do have the Wheelbarrow Wishes stamp set. Now, we did not bundle them because this stamp set could work on its own. You know, you can have things like, where does it go? How blessed am I to have a friend like you? Well, if you didn't have this oval, we know that we've got I think it's the modern or the stylish oval from Spellbinders. Yeah. You could use it on an arched die. There are different places where you can use it. Or you could,
circles too.
The circles as well. Plant dreams, pull weeds, and grow a happy life. Keep going, keep growing. So lots of fabulous sentiments that you do not have to use with this wheelbarrow set, but why would you not want to? This is absolutely darling. So that is Wheelbarrow Wishes. Next up is the Bouquet Turnabout. Now this is a personal favorite of mine. It's just come in, so I have not had a chance to play with it. But at Scrapfest on the weekend, we made a ton of turnabouts in our make and take. So I am very excited and eager to take this beautiful, gotta hold it up even closer because this is a beautiful turnabout wreath. Now what's special about this is there are actually 2 stamps that are good for turning about. One will create this foliage wreath, which you can use on its own. The other will create the floral wreath, which you can use on its own, or you combine them both together in order to make that really full, beautiful wreath. And I love those spring colors. I mean, that goes really well with those colors that we just showed you. Right. Now I've got to add those ink colors to my collection.
Yep.
I was trying to hold out. But I think I just might have to add those to that collection, especially the purples and the blues. So that is the Bouquet Turnabout stamp. There are also some fun little sentiments, a happy birthday, you're a total day brightener, I hope you find some joy today, and then the hexagons, which are still super trendy. But there is also a second piece if you wish. So you could get the turnabout on its own, or we have this one here that is the bouquet dies. So what that would do is it will help you cut out. So once you've done the turnabout, you can use the die to really create a centerpiece that cuts out, and it gives you the circle, the hexagon to go with the stamps, and also some scripty words. So we've got sweet and lovely. And this one here, I think, is for there are some little standalone flowers in here as well. So if you are feeling the need to get floral, and we've had probably 3 or 4 people in today that are just looking for various floral things, then this is the turnabout for you. I do plan to do a learning live on turnabouts in the near future, probably in May. And turnabouts are going to be used in our May Make and Mingle. So if you want to learn more about this whole system of stamping and how it can be used, come and see us or wait for that learning live. So that is the bouquet. Next up, we have this one here. And based on how well Concord and Ninth Florals do, I am very certain that this little guy is going to be a big hit. And by little, I mean not little. This is called Handpicked, and it creates this beautiful, beautiful floral. So the stamp set, there is a stamp set, which again, we thought could stand alone or work with the set. But I've seen some great examples, and it creates this beautiful layered floral element here. You've got the bouquet, and these little pieces here are so you can either cut the whole thing out, or as it's showing here, it's just the edge of your card. So you would just have it as a flap and reveal. So I am excited to see some more samples from Concord and Ninth on this, and think it's going to be really beautiful. The stamp set, thanks for always being there. Happy Mother's Day. Life is much sweeter with you. Forever grateful. Hello, friend, and congratulations. So some great elements there. Last but not least from the Concord family is the Diamond Lattice Inlay. The inlays tend to be very popular, especially if you like paper piecing. And I know they've used some older colors here, but just think how stunning that would be in that new color palette. So you can use just the outline, or you can piece in the extra elements there. So that is the Concord portion of the Concord and Ninth release.
It's a big release every month. Well, and then we can't forget Christina. So first up is Spring Stem. It is a bundle, so we have a stamp set, the die, as well as the stencil. So in the set here, you have this nice trio flower, some sentiments that say, so very grateful for you. Thank you for your friendship. Sending sunshine just because. Sent with love. And here is the little dies. I really like how they write out the sentiment, so you're not trying to figure out what die goes with which sentiment. There is your floral die, and of course you can't forget that stencil that colors it all in, but you can also color it in with any of your favorite medium.
And I would definitely keep that that packaging sheet and attach it to your magnet, so that you always know what you're supposed to be doing with those dies.
And that way you won't forget. So that is Spring Stem. We have Aubrey Blooms. Aubrey Blooms has a background stamp as well as a stencil pack. You can use them together or separately. Here, look at that texture. Love just stamping that in black and just having that white or clear see-through. But this is the Aubrey Blooms background stamp. And here is the stencil. Look how gorgeous. And I like how Christina always does the two colors, so you can see variations of this stencil.
This really gives kind of a letterpress look.
Yes.
Like some of the Spellbinders Better Press plates, but in a whole different way.
And she hand draws all of them, so that's all her. I love. She's very creative. And here was one of my favorites. It's Bold Stripes greeting stamps. So you have all these stripes, the stitching marks. You have sending love, hugs, and warm thoughts your way. Hope today treats you gently and tomorrow feels even better. You have all these nice strip long sentiments. I consider this a paper hug, sending a quick hello, wishing you happiness. And look at the different fonts. It goes from fine and some bold, some cursive, some straight.
What a versatile set.
Yes. And then there's this one here, which is just a background stamp of the same similar stripes. So this is called the Bold Stripes background stamp. And earlier when I was showing all those shapes that we had, the thin, we have this one here called the A2 detailed frames. I'm going to turn it over because you see it. And this one you have 3 sets of die plus the just note. You have this one, I can't see if you can see, but it has like the horizontal stripes. This one has a scallop. That's called
blanket stitch.
There you go, blanket stitch. And then you have the inverted scallop, so it's in the inside versus the outside. And this one here, very, very hard to see, but it has little stitching marks. So 3 different sizes, plus you have the sentiment as well as the shadow. And here, so that's A2. If you like bigger, you make bigger cards, you have the A7, so just a little bit bigger.
And a different sentiment.
Yes, and they do overlap. So if you want to do like layers and stuff like that, it does work together.
So you're not duplicating. So
Yes.
it's nice that you've got the different layers that kind of work together to make one big
Yes,
set.
and then one of her, Christina's examples that she showed is she used this die plus the thin one from her older sets where it's a thin strip that you can also use that in between as well. So
good stuff.
here is the frame script hello dies. If you know, this is her thing. She always does something similar. So this one has hello, hi, hey you. It has the frame script as well as the shadow. And last but not least, for more shapes, we have the squares. So here is the square thin frames. Similar idea, it will cut this little tiny frame. So if you find it very difficult to glue these very thin frames, put double-sided adhesive and then die cut it. That way you can make it into a little sticker.
Spellbinders liner sheet
Yes.
for the win.
And if you cut it, then you use the middle of that big square and keep cutting down until you have nothing left. So that is Concord and Ninth April release.
April release.
Yes. Woo.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
Sneak peek time.
So we are going to finish off with just some little sneak peeks because tomorrow is our Lawn Fawn release. It is what they're calling April 2. Spring 2, because it's in April. We had spring in February. Now we have spring 2, TOO, here in April. There are lots of fun Father's Day items and some other really fun springtime items. And as always, they are bringing back, I think it's 3 different sets from the vault, as they say, to now accompany with coloring stencils. So I'm not allowed to show you too much, but I did show some little sneak peeks last night, and I will also share them here too. So I'm just going to march them across the screen and not say too much.
But
Which
if
is
they
hard.
head on to Lawn Fawn's site, they'll be showing lots of sneak peeks.
There is that. Lawn Fawn has been sharing their Inspiration Week, showing lots of great samples and things. Oh, let it focus. Let it focus.
That's cute.
Super cute. So you know, there will be mice. There will be mice. There is a brand new interactive die. I left my sample at home because it wasn't quite finished yet. Super fun. Oh, we need to stick them down though. And last but not least, what I think is going to be the big winner of the release. Just saying. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Don't forget that how did that welcome still get up there? Let's close that up. Don't forget, if you are interested in Deanna's class, go and get registered on our website for that. And for everything that we showed you tonight, with the exception of the Concord and 9th restocks, you're going to head to the April new arrivals. I am amazed that Matt got as much received following Scrapfest as he did. So yay to Matt. We're still putting stuff away. So if you do come to see us at the store, hopefully after tomorrow's L'Enfant release has been taken care of, we'll be able to put the last of the boxes away and get back to normal. But until then, there's always online shopping. You can come and maybe, hey, even offer to put a box away for us. We are happy to put you to work. Until next week, we will see you later. Enjoy the sunshine, get out in the sun, and big hugs from all of us at PCW. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.